If you really want to know how good your LLM marketing really is, do this with me. Open up ChatGPT in temporary mode. I've done it incognito today. And then what you want to do is you want to type what is and then add your brand name. I'm going to add ours, which is Embarque.io, and it'll do a quick search. Now just imagine you're a prospect, you've never heard of the brand before. Does the answer in ChatGPT feel right or does it feel a little bit off? So just scan through and you can see and make a decision whether it's right or wrong. A little bit of context, a web analytics client came to us and they said that ChatGPT kept on recommending them just as a mobile analytics tool. It was even using that to explain why they're a good fit for some cases. Meanwhile, they are one of the best choices out there. But in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 steps we did to fix that, to help them control the narrative within their category. Okay, so before we dive in, I'm Shaf, Growth and Ops Strategist here at Embarque. We've been testing, experimenting and optimizing on GEO well before it became a trend. For example, we've helped this client get over 25,000 visits just from LLMs alone. And the juicy part, that was at a 17% conversion rate. So alright, enough about us. Move number 1 is to audit what ChatGPT actually says about you. So we started this early. Open ChatGPT in temporary mode or incognito, and this time what we're going to do is we're going to continue. Who is Embarque.io? So now it's going to give you information about the company itself, and you want to check this to make sure it's all right. Then the next search term to do is what does, then your brand, I'm going to type in Embarque.io, do. And then as the results appear, you want to be checking it if this is accurate and correct too. When you're scanning through all these answers, ask yourself, is this how I want to show up to our clients? Is this targeting our ICP? And is this aligned with our USP? Once you've done that, then it's on to testing your benefits, ICP and features. What you'd want to type in next is Embarque.io, which you'd put your brand, good for specific. So here you'd want to put your ICP. So we could put actually, we'll just put service-based businesses. Right, and then it'll give you an answer and you want to check to see if you're aligned and if it's getting all the right data you want and how you want to position. Then you can also do the same for the following. Does your product, so add your product there, offer, and then add your specific benefit and see what ChatGPT says, and do the same for does your product have a specific feature. The next one you want to be doing is the add your top competitor versus your brand and then see what ChatGPT says. Pay attention to what ChatGPT says here too. You want to be asking as many questions possible to get an understanding of what ChatGPT and what LLMs say about your brand. And if you've got extra time, you might as well try some category entry points. These are the kind of searches that people will look for when they're looking for a product like yours. These can be like best mentorship platform for software engineers or best video editing software for YouTubers. And see firstly if it mentions you, and if it does, how does it describe you within that citation? And if they are citing you correctly, you can skip the next 2 steps. But if ChatGPT is getting it wrong, stay with me as we move into step number 2. Most of what ChatGPT knows about people comes from 2 places. The data it was trained on, then from whatever it can fetch from browsing the web in real time, which works a lot like a search engine. If LLMs are getting your brand or your positioning wrong, it usually comes for 1 or 2 things. The pages that it's referenced when it's looking you up, or old training data. The fix for both of these is pretty much identical, so you don't need to overthink this. When ChatGPT browses, it's basically going to check Google and Bing. It's going to go through their indexes to find information about you. You'll often find 2 types. External, things that people wrote about you. They might be using outdated information or they might just be plainly wrong. Then's internal, your own content. So what you want to do next then is create a simple sheet. For each inaccurate page, note the exact URL, what it gets wrong, and what it should say instead. That becomes your starting map to fix what the LLM said about your brand. Now, if it feels like a data issue or even a hallucination, there's a light touch fix you can still use. Go to the last output from ChatGPT and click the thumbs down button. And then what you'll want to do is report and select the appropriate tag there, and that will report it to ChatGPT. It won't change things overnight, but what it will do is when the next model update's done, this feedback will be taken into account. The 3rd step is about fixing your own house. Start with the internal URLs from your own sheet. These are the pages that you own and you control. So when you go through one by one and you want to ask yourself these questions, you want to go through your page and first you want to be looking at, is it positioned well enough for your ICP? Does the messaging, does the features and does the benefits, does it align with sales itself? The next thing you want to be checking is that you want to be going to your pricing. Is the pricing correct? Is it accurate? Is it relevant? Is it relevant to the certain country that you're in? Is it dynamic? And also you want to be checking, are we still offering these services? So you want to make sure that everything's up to date and recent. So you want to update your copy to make sure it's aligning with how you speak today, how your brand is positioning today. You want to tidy up all taglines and value propositions. You want to remove features that you no longer want to position for. And if you've got images or old screenshots of old interfaces, you want to be revamping them as well. And most importantly, make sure you check your blogs as well, because you might have outgrown how you used to speak a couple of years ago. And if you do find pages that are completely off, you can do a rewrite or maybe start it from scratch. The goal's pretty simple here. Anywhere an LLM is going to land upon your site, it should be a clear, accurate, up-to-date version of your product and positioning. So on to step number 4 is about fixing external sources. So you want to be going back to your sheet where you had all your URLs. First, you want to start with the ones that ChatGPT is actually citing. Then you want to look for your best for you pages. So that could be, best tool for so-and-so, or best CRM tool, stuff like that. Or your brand versus competitor brand. Your alternatives. You'll find these when you look in Google or Bing. So for these pages, your job is to make it easy for the owner to really update this. For a directory, you can literally edit the listing, or if you can't edit, you can also request an edit. But if it's a blog or a listicle or anything like that, what you can do is contact the owner, author or the publisher with a short specific request including what's wrong, the exact correction so they can copy and paste it in, and a link to the proof page backing it up. Something like this. Hey, we recently updated our product and noticed that this part is now outdated. Here is the correct version if you're open to updating it. You probably won't get every page changed, but that's fine. If you fix the main sources that LLMs lean upon, you've already improved how you show up for the right intent. Decision stage queries. Right, on to move number 5. So you've done the boring but important work. You've checked what ChatGPT says about you. You've looked at the sources. You've cleaned up your external and internal pages. Now you want to give the LLM one clear place to learn who you are from. Create a simple public URL with all your information in one place. It could be something like yourbrand.co.uk/LLM info or yourbrand.com/AI. This works well because it's easy to remember and it's easy to link. Winter has a really good example of this. If you look at their URL, it's AI info page. And it's everything here about the brand, the background, the core services, audience panel, client and case studies, platform and methods, who it's ideal for, content and thought leadership, trust signals, limitations, and even third-party reviews. All in one area. This is genius. Over time, once it's indexed and LLMs start to cite it, you're going to make it very easy for LLMs to get your brand correct and your positioning. You're basically saying, if you're going to talk about us, you're going to talk about us like this. So now let's just recap. If you want to change what ChatGPT or any LLM is going to say about you, first you want to audit your presence. Trace those answers back to the sources, clean up your own pages, nudge external pages into something more accurate, and give LLMs a single clear story to latch onto. And if you want deeper than a DIY audit and turn LLMs into a reliable acquisition channel, that is exactly what we do at Embarque. We help companies clean up their presence, get more and better citations in LLMs, and also improve how AI speaks about the business to match their ideal positioning. If that sounds like what you need right now, click the link in the description and get a free strategy call with our team members right now. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Alright, that's enough from me anyway. So what you want to do is open up to ChatGPT in temporary mode and get started with your audit straight away. Cheers.